You're live. You are live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Welcome to RC Talk. And we have some people in the panel already. Nobody's in the chat yet. Nobody's viewers waiting. One. And there's already one like. Cool. Not much to talk about. I've been busy at work doing some stuff, but there is a couple things to talk about, but we'll talk about that later once we have a few more people in here. What have you been up to, John? I know what you've been up to, but can you tell the people what you've been up to?
Just playing around and getting a particular track set up for some smaller scale newly released race cars.
Okay.
Yeah, and re-injuring your arm.
Yeah. It happens.
See if I can't pull that up real quick. People have finally started to get the low C low C NASCAR, which is in their mini class. So we'll have a look at that. So when you go low C racing, you select the mini class and you get all these guys, which they have quite a few for the low C. Even the 1/18th, they call that a mini. Anything smaller than 1/10, they call it a mini. But this is the one that they finally started shipping this week, and a lot of people have been starting to get this guy. Not just this guy. I think they got six different ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 different cars.
Frank, I can't get you on here.
Oh no. What are we gonna do?
It's not showing me.
Call the FCC.
That's it.
Over.
We're screwed now. Let's see if we're live. It did tell me I was live earlier. Yep.
Well, we're live. We're live because I got the chat.
I don't know why it's not giving me the chat.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know why. Don't know why you're getting upset at us.
We are gonna put the stream on pause, and we're all gonna sit here, look at each other, and wait for Brad to catch up, for his internet to catch up, or to refresh, or to do whatever. So let's just wait. We need some music. You know the game show there. See, Radioactive says you're alive.
There it is. It wasn't on there when I looked for it.
Okay, he's got it. Yay! He's finally got it. The world can turn now. People can get back to their normal lives. Brad has the live stream.
I had to finish my song.
Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Welcome in, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne. Squirrel, how you doing? And Nicole is in the chat also. Uh-oh. So what are you drawing on that cane?
Kind of sea stuff.
Sea stuff?
Sea creatures and a mermaid. You really can't see
Who was it for?
It's too light.
No,
Somebody's he's working on it for somebody.
Yeah, just for a
Poor
lady.
lady.
But these fish ain't coming out too good. An octopusy.
So, Keith, have you been going to some drifting?
No, and my month's gone, so
Okay.
I have to pay. So I'm not going. Probably going to rent a car and see if I like that one. And then buy it, go drift.
Did you try drifting on the road yet?
A little bit. I did in my park, not on the road, but in the shop with the Traxxas.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think them tires are good for the road. I'm gonna order some of them to my are they D's? I think they're rubber, they're called.
Yeah.
Type D.
But it is different driving on pavement because it is rough and sometimes it throws you off a little bit. It's better to do it on a very slick
Like
floor.
on concrete. Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt's in the chat. How you doing, Kurt?
Welcome in.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna post the Fridays. I'm gonna post my drifting videos.
I'm surprised no one else is in here but us. Chickens.
I got a cool name for it.
Well, I guess people are getting bored of RC talk. We're coming up to 400 episodes and things like that.
Next week, about 400.
Yeah, next week's gonna be 400. I'm just kidding around. Okay.
Maybe they're experiencing the same technical difficulties that you were, and they're
True.
pause to get their shit straight before they get on here and lose it.
No, I'm talking about the panel.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
Red
talking
Knight.
about.
Hey,
Welcome in,
Renee, how you
Tony.
doing? So a buddy of mine gave me a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of paint. He also gave me these ramps. And these ramps are actually for jumping. They come in 24-inch, 36, and 48.
What do they jump?
Hey?
Said these
Keith is
ramps
being
are
smart ass.
said these ramps are made for jumping. I said, what do they
100%
jump?
Canadian made.
Yeah. So they're pretty cool ramp. They are meant for big trucks or small. Let me tell you, this piece of plexiglass or Lexan or whatever, it's friggin' tough. So it takes a beating.
And they're metal framed.
Nope,
Is it plexiglass?
it's all nylon plastic.
Oh, it looked metal framed to me.
No, this is kind of a nylon.
Kind of keep the weight down, huh, Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one ramp had hardware, the other one did not have hardware. So I went to the hardware store, got some hardware, but the stainless steel, so it cost me a little bit more. And but the problem is I didn't have these little nylons. There's little washers, I mean.
Look at, you can adjust how you want the ramp.
Yeah, so
Looks
what?
like almost looks like a Tamiya bushing.
Yeah, it's bigger than that. This is about 30 millimeters or whatever. So what I did is I actually used my 3D printer
Nice.
and I made myself 3 of them. So I made sure I rounded off the edges and things like that. And I just did a 6 millimeter hole in the center. And I said, okay, I can't find these. I'm just going to make them. So
That's what
I
it's
made
for.
sure the walls were nice and thick, and I used a weird pattern inside to make it even stronger.
You should arrange one of them to have a different setting on the side.
Yeah, but this is why over here, this is how you change your height for the ramp.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right.
You have a short one, and then you can have one that's got a higher height.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is where we usually put it completely here, I guess. Yeah, here is the lowest. It's not too high, and the more you go back, the steeper this ramp is going to get.
Yeah, you need to go back further.
What were you using before, Tank? Wait, did you have any
And
Just
tools?
wood. just
Just a
wood.
piece of wood and some bricks.
And,
Yeah.
and
that was
how
so
many,
much better.
and how fast would you hit this ramp, Brad, with it all the way back?
Wow.
Full speed if you have to.
No, I'm
You-
saying
you-
how fast would you'd hit it full speed?
40
hit it.
miles.
If you have a long enough straightaway, you could.
No,
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 I said no.
you with your cars, how fast would you hit that ramp with your cars if it was all the way
All
up?
the way back.
Speed.
I don't know. You'd have to do it. You'd have to set it up in front of me to do it.
I did it full speed.
Good save. Good save.
Quarter throttle, half throttle, full throttle.
Full throttle.
I don't think, Brad,
Balls
this
to the
is just
wall.
like sending it at the skate park. I don't think you would send it very fast on a very steep. Let me find you a video, which I know Neck Cruiser did, and I don't think he would mind that I show this video. Of course, there's an ad. I'll skip the ad first.
What's up, Curtis D?
And Dennis.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Dennis.
Nothing much. So, wonder why Kurt isn't in here. I mean, he's out in the not outside the panel.
Who knows?
Not everybody can jump on the panel, Brad.
He could be eating dinner. Because let's see here, he's 3 hours behind us. Oh, there you go. He's eating dinner. He'll be in here when he gets here. If he gets here.
Okay, I believe he got the 2-foot one. So his strips are a little bit smaller, but I'll show you guys anyways. And hopefully we don't get in trouble, which I don't think he'd mind. So right now he's setting up his
I have my 8
his 8 scale, the wheelbase to where these grip tape.
Traction.
Creighton. So I want to make sure that the traction tape is within the wheel width of this, but then also to accommodate a 10 scale, you want to make sure it's not too wide. And then just for the looks of it, for the aesthetics, you want to have this tape for a visual aid on the nice synchronized look.
Does go
Very
for
first
back.
test run. It's at its highest setting.
That's a high
I'm going to
setting,
go with
Brad.
the Big Rock 3S.
Look what happens at a high setting. It just goes straight up in the air.
That flipped it. Looks like a double.
So he's doing double
All right,
and
back
triple
ramp works
back.
pretty good. That's at its high setting, so it's kind of going to do backflips all the time, but you can lower it down to get more distance jumps. Very happy with that. This is just on 3S power. Wait till I get a 6S one on it.
So this is pretty high on its steepest.
Did he must have bought one.
No, you're kidding, right?
How long
No,
has
I
he
think-
had it?
You sent
Well,
that to
he's
him,
had
right, Jay?
this now for
Maybe.
2 years ago.
Ah,
And if
He
you
got it for
notice,
nothing.
when he comes in race, we actually use his ramps in my race. There's 2 guys that have one. He's got one, and Bruno also has one. So now I have 2, which means we now have 4 ramps.
That's nice, man.
4 of these ramps.
Have options of what to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on that setting there, so.
he's on gravel there.
Oh,
right in the
on the
water.
bumper.
Oh, they're getting good air with it.
Well done.
Not all the way down, but close to it.
Very happy with that. You can do some damage to the traction tape, just, you know, be aware of that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Happens. Okay guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that.
So check out Neck Cruiser. He's got a whole bunch of videos for those ramps, and it should be a fun time. But it's cool having the 3D printer, because I couldn't find nowhere those nylon washers, and I knew the size of them. So I just went in the 3D program and just made them real quick, rounded off the edges, and done. Print. So should be fun.
It's cool, man.
One thing when I sent it to the printer, I noticed it was for 3 of them took an hour. I go, why the heck so long? Then I realized I still have my .02 nozzle on there instead of the .04. So it's very small nozzle, so very fine detail. So and I just let it. I go, oh, I'm not gonna change it. It's already warming up and heating up, so I'll change it later. So what have you been up to this week, Dennis?
Nothing.
Working?
Oh, during the week, oh yeah, been working, and I gotta actually be there early tomorrow. We gotta go pick a truck up, drop a truck off, get a truck towed.
Okay. And Redneck, do you still work, or you're retired?
Retired.
You're retired? What do you do with your time?
Nothing.
I vanquish servo horns.
I do that, yeah. Uh, I mostly sit here at the house.
Oh, and I see you're doing advertising again for Big Head.
With if it's there on the wall, might as well. Well,
I'm actually waiting for a guy to set up his 3D printer and set up his stuff and set up his printer to actually start doing some promotional stuff. But he's taking so long, it's ridiculous. So maybe he'll get it done soon.
yeah. I
You know,
I haven't gotten my silver can in that I need to do it.
Wait, no, no, it's more about the 250s,
what 250s?
the outlet. Or 230s, whatever you need for the house,
240?
240.
2 lines of 240.
Yeah,
Okay, so did you get your electrical done? Everything's done now?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Right. I'm right all over that $4,000 bill. I'm all over that.
Cool. Element RC. I actually posted this on my Facebook page, and I actually mentioned it's weird that this is not a Ghostbuster name on this. And and I said to myself in the post, I said, I wonder if it's because actually, let's go read what I said. Where is it? Here it is. New Comp Fox competition rock crawler kit. It looks good, but the name has nothing to do with the Ghostbusters movies? Question mark. Did they run out of Ghostbuster name, or does it have to do with the new design team? Because Element RC, as far as I heard, lost all their engineer and their design team.
Yes, they did.
so
Yeah,
wow.
go ahead, Brad.
So so they've got to start from scratch with new people.
Yes, or exactly what they did for this. They actually partnered, and they call it here, together with the team at Artful Dodgers Design. We present you the full carbon enduro kit. So it's Artful Dodgers Design that actually helped them put this kit together.
And how much is it?
400.
Very expensive.
So it's the most expensive enduro.
No.
So it's $399 for the kit. And that's just what you see here.
Okay, what is
Big
that?
picture small. Let's go here instead. They're going to give me bigger pictures. So basically, this is what you get for $399. You
Is,
do get
does
the
it,
portal.
does it pass the sniff test for Dennis?
Sniff test.
His approval.
Brad,
Hmm.
I don't get this sniff test thing.
neither do I.
Okay. So they did put two front axles on the truck, but they only have steering in the front. But they did lock out the rear. But they did put so that people, if ever they wanted, have four-wheel steering. Which I find that kind of odd because on 90 or most comp that people go to, four-wheel steering is not allowed.
Right, as long as it's locked out and you don't have a servo on it, you're good.
Yeah, but giving you the option, to me, a front axle is going to be more expensive to actually put on this. But maybe it's these guys that designed
True.
it that says, let's do it this way. I don't know.
It's going to have to go in a counter spin area way too, isn't it?
What?
Hey.
Explain.
I'm dumbfounded by just
You're
hearing
really
this.
confusing everybody right now.
I'm wondering if the drive shaft has to turn in the opposite direction of the other one because it's a front
It
thing.
doesn't matter front or rear. The drive shafts, front or rear, it doesn't matter. The axles spin the same regardless if it's a front or a rear if you put them side by side.
The only
Total
difference
axle truck,
is
the drive shafts are always going to be opposing.
Where it makes a difference is inside the gears, Brad. You either put it on the right or on the left. You actually flip the inner guts on the other side if it's going to be forward or reverse. And that flip your axles.
so that it was easier to design.
Okay, so they do have the angle on the skid plate. It is the bar for the steering is in the rear, like all their models, which is nice. They did do some metal motor mounts here. I'm not sure if this is the stealth, what they call the stealth one, which is much lower because it looks a little high. But I think this is the new transmission that's a little lower.
It is a stealth transmission.
Okay.
It looks like it's almost a belly dragger.
Stealth transmission with
Sucks.
their new portal axles, their proven shocks,
Mm-hmm.
and their links.
They got a lot of goodies on there. The price is a little steep. A lot of people are complaining about the price.
It's really not that bad considering you're getting the transmission, carbon fiber rails.
Mhm.
It's basically a complete slider setup. All you need to do is add wheels and electronics.
Yep.
Now, Joe in the chat says it's the Stealth X, not the new Stealth XF.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's a lower profile.
Look at the texture on
$399, Chris.
The texture on what plastic, Brad?
the plastic has a texture to it.
Not plastic, it's carbon fiber.
No, I'm talking about I'm not
The
talking about the
axles?
carbon fiber part. I'm talking about the differentials and stuff.
About the axles.
Axle.
The axles are textured. You can see it in the
Okay.
picture.
Okay, and does that make you want it more?
No, it's just I don't know that I see that a whole lot for people.
Like rhino line around
People
it or
who make
something, right?
things.
Well, they're not textured, it's an injection mold.
It's what every other crawler part is.
I like the fact for Comprig that they went and actually put the servo on axle To me, that's a bonus for a comp truck. It's not like when people went scale, everybody, all the servos went in the chassis. But now that it's comp, you put it back on the axle, which to me makes sense. Cool.
Now with the just, I
Yeah,
wonder with the back end, with the rear end, if they also include a servo mount for the rear.
They
In case
might.
somebody
I
did
don't think
want
so
to
because when I look
make
at it,
the
when you look at it from this angle, you see the
Yeah.
link, but you don't see the servo mount. And also from here, you do not see the servo mount here.
No, I'm saying I wonder if it's included in there
Oh, with spare parts or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
in case it needs to be done or wants to be done.
I don't think so because you still need the back part and you still need the linkage for the servo. There's a couple parts you still need. And it's going to be tough a little bit for that to work because the back shocks are laid down more, so it might be a little hard.
Got a lot of
She
different
said.
settings.
Oh no, I should be good for the steering. The shocks can still go lay down pretty good.
That's what she said.
No, I was just, curious.
Yep.
Since it's there.
Who is making that?
Element.
Element RC.
Okay, there's Element. Yeah.
Mhm.
So somebody got one here and he says,
Nice
"Let's
to
do
have
this."
what's that?
Somebody got it and says, and he started building it. And he says, "Let's do this." In the chat.
Yeah, Radioactive has one ordered.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
cool. Yeah, I myself here don't do comp, so I don't think I'll be getting one of those. And
Mitch,
And welcome in, Dave.
What's up, David? What's up, Jersey? Mr. 168.
oh my God, look at all the people in the chat. RC84 film, Truck Deck Joe, Kurt.
Gosh.
Still there. Big Head is there. Hey, Redneck, your hero's in the chat.
Big head.
Well, you mentioned my banner that's hanging on the wall. I'm getting to be such a big time thing now
Big
that
fan.
all these bigger YouTube channels are sending me free merch to
There,
put on
Big
the.
Head. We're doing advertising for Big Head right now. There we go.
When you get to be a big enough guy, they send you free merch and you got to display it. If I
Yeah,
had a tank banner or a tank shirt,
yeah, no, we'll work
that's
on
a,
that. I'm waiting
that's
for my distributor to start making them.
somebody send me one, I'd probably wear it. Just saying.
I'd love to have one also, but it's coming. I'll start making some soon enough.
Put it under the.
you could get all his clothes from everybody who has merch. That's clothes.
The first banner I'm going to do is the Tank RC, and it's going to be written in bigger letters, Parking Lot Wars. And that's going to be to put on my pop-up tent when we do Parking Lot Wars. I'm actually thinking of doing the drag racing soon on top of that. So,
Got a parking lot in mind for that?
oh, there's all the parking lot that we use for Parking Lot Wars can be used for drag racing, no problem. It's long enough.
What's up, Sean?
There's
Welcome in, Sean.
there's lots of prime real estate back here on this wall, Tank. Just
There
let
is.
you know.
It looks like you're building something where you're at.
That's his garage.
Yeah, but it looks like he's adding new framework inside there.
It's an uninsulated wall.
Called a
Yeah,
pole barn.
that's what it is.
It's
It's
just
actually it's a metal building. 10 by 12.
that's
with air
pretty
conditioning.
spaced up. Those 2x4s are spaced up at 2 feet each. That's a pretty wide spacing for the 2x4s.
Yeah, it's pretty well built building.
Okay.
Uh, this is the only wood on it. Is the walls and the ceiling joist. It's metal ceiling, metal walls, sealed.
Redneck, Sean says, don't hold your breath. Jack said he's been waiting 8 years for a sticker from me.
Mhm.
Big Head's got a couple of my stickers, but mind you, if you put them on that board or on the back wall, they won't show up. You gotta do a zoom in because they're smaller stickers. They're stickers to actually go on a car. So
Well, I rock those too. Somewhere.
You could put them on the. You could put the stickers on the wall of your metal place.
there you go. Cool.
Got shirt stickers and a banner.
It did take at least 8 years for me to send some stickers to Jack out in Australia, but I did send him some. I even send him some very tiny stickers to put, like, in the corner of a window and the back of a window of the pickup truck, just very small scale. He goes, those things were so small, I almost needed tweezers to put them on. Like, who's going to see those? That's what they're meant for. They're meant for scale stickers. Anyways, I was having fun with him when
They're
he
10 times smaller stickers.
Hey, Tony, I had 500 of tank stickers,
Wow.
and now I only have one.
Yeah. He gave them all away.
Well, I know I can't ask Dennis to send me one.
No.
Yeah, you don't need to get one of those sticker boards. You just put it on your metal building, and the inside just put the stickers.
Well, my plan is to insulate and put paneling up.
Well,
But
It's just a thought to do that on the walls of the building. The stickers.
before buying insulation, because insulation is expensive and all that, you gotta stop buying those expensive servo horns.
yeah, I know. I could have insulated and paneled this building for the cost of 2 Phoenixes
At
and had
least.
money left.
Yeah. No, it's not that bad. But at least you're having fun, and one day at a time. Keep having fun, that's all.
You see what Big Head says?
I got tank sticker on the inside of my RC bodies.
To cover the cracks.
No, you're supposed to put them on the outside, not on the inside,
I wanted to give it some backbone.
I guess. Yeah, and Sean got one from a random little girls that was giving out stickers. There's
It
a
beat
girl
the
that
creek.
at Beat the Creek had a box of stickers, and she goes, "Do you want a sticker for $1?" And then you could pick any sticker, and you gave her $1. So I gave her $1, and I told her, and on top of that, I'm going to give you a bunch of stickers. So I gave her maybe 5 or 10 stickers. I think I put it in her box. So when she was going around selling stickers, she was actually giving my stickers away, and Sean actually picked my sticker out of her box. It was kind of cool.
You had to buy it for $1.
You had to buy it for $1.
But when I saw him, I did give him some other ones. He didn't have to pay for the other ones.
How old was the little girl?
It'd been funny if you gave the $1 back to him.
She must have been 9 or 10 or maybe 7.
She's
I
already
did
being
not ask her
entrepreneur.
because
She's been doing it. She's
Yeah.
been doing it the last 2-3 years,
oh yeah, I don't know.
So she's
Dennis,
trying to
if
be
not more.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to start her own business already.
Mm.
Cool.
Well,
Hey,
you probably could have asked her, Tank. You're a Canadian, so they wouldn't have done anything.
well, you don't ask a lot of private questions
Yeah,
like
to
that to a
little
little girl,
girls, right? But they
She's gonna
say,
run away to daddy and say, well, this guy's asking me odd questions. Like,
right.
I'm Canadian
But
already,
she
which
would have.
I'm strange enough.
You might have got
He
away
asked
with
me
it
how
though.
old I am.
Yeah.
Might have got away with it.
Matthew Maynard's daughters.
No,
I guess.
that was a question, Brad. That wasn't
Oh,
saying who it was.
I
No,
guess-
it wasn't her, big head.
Oh man, it's all Chinese. Looks like Chinese to me.
you might be able to change it yeah.
There you go, Brad. Just like that. The video is kind of cool. I love what they did with this body. And also with the rally conversion, this car seems to handle so great. Um, it is on my
Years ago,
list to get, but go
Tamaya Tamaya made one of those bodies exactly like that years ago.
okay.
What is that?
But the rally conversion of the
That's
MK2
cool.
chassis is just great. It's high up there and higher suspension and all that, so it's kind of cool. And I love that they put all light buckets that you can actually put
Fog
LEDs
lights.
in them.
I wonder
Like the tires.
how
'cause
long
that's the
the
rally.
I wonder how long the shocks are. 75 millimeter.
It doesn't say here, but it probably does say it on the rally conversion. I don't know if it does say it. I don't think it does. 48 yens, 48,000 yens. But I did see some other website that they had this on. A lot of people were talking about this car. It is kind of cool. This is the other one.
The Optima Pro.
You click on the picture and it's even smaller than the original one. Optima Pro, so they're re-releasing this again, which is going to be, I like the style of this buggy, the way it is.
They put a different body on it, and it has a different steering system put on it.
Product details, Yoshio reference. Oh, it's at a different website. Okay, whatever. And that's it. That's the only thing I think I had on my Facebook page that I found. And then John was putting his face up on YouTube.
Mhm. Hey, I didn't pick it. It was just what it put up there.
I did put the parking lot results. This is for the short course truck. So that's how many people we had on the first race in this class. So we had 6 people and then 8, 8, 8. So there's always pretty much 8 people in there. So right now I am placed right down here. So 9th place.
Where's your son?
32. He's right there. But the problem is I've only raced one time, I think. No, twice.
I'm surprised John isn't in there.
Yeah, I
John
raced
Kennedy.
twice. John, I think, I don't know if, yeah, I thought he came. Yeah, John's here, 20 points.
Oh, there he is.
So he did to come to one race so far. My son has not been there in the last 2 races, I think. Yeah, the last race he wasn't there on August 25th. I haven't got the score up. He wasn't there either. So my son only came to the first 3 races, and then
So
he missed.
you haven't put all your August races up, did you?
No. This is the Tamiya class, and this is where I'm a little kind of sad on the Tamiya. There was only 4 people with a Tamiya on the first one, 4 on the second one, and only
You're-
2. I brought a Tamiya, but I didn't want to put myself there because it would have been 3 people. Somebody would have to get a buy.
Well,
So
your son seems to like driving the Tamayas.
yeah, and he's in first place right now, but he won't be because he missed 2 races. So once I put the other one, the Kyoshos, we started with a lot of people. Like we had 9 people on the first race, and then whoop, it went down, and then down, and then down on the last one. And also, I think we had 2 people on August 25th. So there's a lot of people that came, but that are actually quitting or not coming for the second one. But short course truck is very popular. There's a lot of people that are really enjoying the short course truck.
You only had one wet race this year, huh?
Yes, only 1 wet race. That's the ramp I was showing. The cars, there's the Kyosho. I think these images are a little bit bigger than the other one.
You could make a buggy race, just have people put on-road tires on it.
It would be
Anytime.
cool to do a buggy race, 4-wheel drive buggy or whatever, and actually use the ramps I have and make them jump. It would be fun.
All they'd have
That's
to do is
just-
just change the tires and rims.
That's just for 1/10. You couldn't bring like the Grom out there, huh?
With the jumps, we'd have to set it up at the lowest.
No, I mean for the rally truck.
Rally car could have you could have a low setting for the rally cars too.
Yeah,
The Mojave.
the Mojave.
Yeah.
Hey Josh,
So,
Hey Josh, how you doing?
all
Thanks
right.
for joining.
How's everybody?
That was a stupid question anyway. So
Tired. There's no such thing as stupid question. There's only stupid answers. Kurt saying hi to everybody. Cyclone RC, how you doing? Big Head said they sold me ducks. Who sold you ducks? At
I think he's talking about VR wiring, Dustin's daughters.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she was running around selling little 3D printed ducks.
No.
But the one that was running around with the stickers, that's Kelly O'Neill's granddaughter.
I know that somebody left a little something on my
Mm-hmm.
remote.
I don't think it was the little kids.
Yeah. So somebody left me this little tiny thing on my remote.
yeah, that's what she said.
Right, Sean?
I
hey,
don't think it was Sean.
hey Josh, what
Hey,
do you
Brad.
think of the new Enduro?
I don't know if I'm a fan of that rear axle setup yet. It's nice that it could be 4-wheel steer, but I don't think those are class 3 axles. Like they're keeping them the width of your normal class 2 stuff. And they're like, hey, here's an axle that's you can make 4-wheel steer pretty easy, but it's going to be a narrow class 3.
Yeah.
So now you're adding 2 links on the back that you have to make sure are locked down all the time, which I'm sure they're going to be secure for a while. And I think the C-hubs are a little big. Like they molded it like a TRX4 or a Red Cat. And that's always the complaint about those portals is the C-hubs catch on stuff because they're not tucked in tight to the rim. I don't know. I like Artful Dodger stuff. I like that transmission. I like the, their links, elements, straight axle trucks, their V2 builders kit and stuff. Great truck. Awesome truck. Lots of options for overdrive and the transmission. I just don't know if I like those portals yet. We'll have to wait and see. Like, it's not something that I'm excited to go get, but if they turn out nice, I wouldn't mind getting a set. It scares me because of the small splines and the fact that they just copied the front and rear and didn't make a true rear.
Does the price bother you?
$399. If you look at the comparisons, if they feel that, no, you're right, Vic. Had people buy them and never comp them. You're right.
Yep.
We look at the comparables. Vanquish is $429. The SCX10 Pro, which would be in its class as a builder comp type kit, is, I think it's $429 or $399.
I think it's down. I think it's down. It's down now.
So
Yeah.
so
And it was on sale last month for $299 or $349, something $329, something like that.
so it's either in the middle or the low end.
It's comparable to all the other ones. Depends on what you consider get. The element portals are cast gears. The transmissions, I can't remember. Joe knows better on the Stealth X than me, but I think it's plastic gears in the transmissions. Where the SCX10 Pro is all machined, the Vanquish is all machined. But like I think they're charging that much because of Artful Dodgers. They're having to get those chassis from Poland, and they're not being able to save money on their end. Was it $429 for the Pro right now too? The SCX10 Pro big head.
I assume someone will be selling upgrade gears for the up from plastic to metal. Or
Yeah, they do, but your other kit comes with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think 359, 349, 359 would be a better price point. Because out there you also have the Fusion. What's 389?
Yep.
And it's a ready to run carbon fiber truck with a good motor, a decent servo. It's all right there. It's a carbon fiber truck, and the axles are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Vanquish has, or I'm sorry, Element has the behind the axle steering, which is nice. So your link's not smacking into stuff for extra clearance.
and it might not be any bump steer in that setup, huh?
Right. No, I know the Stealth Transit are solid, big head. I'm just saying it's a plastic gear. If you're paying plastic gear prices on what you're building, you shouldn't pay close to the same as machined gear prices. So I'm saying if it was $50 less, $40 less, I think it would be a good deal.
The same thing with
But
the dip gears, cast gears. You want machine gears.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
machined. And like Big Head said, the people that might buy that are just like, I got a carbon fiber truck, but never comp it. They're never going to bind it up where their machine gears are going to break or their cast gears are going to break.
So it comes down to the plastic gears are the cheapest, cast is next and up in price, and then the machine ones are most expensive.
There's a combination within the truck, Brad. The transmission gears, I think, have plastic in them, but the differential gears and portal gears are metal. They're just cast instead of machined. Machine is stronger. No one's running plastic gears truly in 10th scale stuff except for a couple people that never plan on binding them up.
I don't believe that there's wheels and tires in that kit.
No.
No, it's not. Yeah. Like I said,
I don't know.
I think it's comparable to the Fusion, and the Fusion is ready to run for $10 less.
Yeah, people are going to have to be careful when they buy wheels now, because when you buy wheels for portal axle, not every wheels are made equal, even though it says 1.9.
Yep.
People are gonna have to
Yes.
start putting portal ready. Rims are portal ready or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And any of them with adjustable hubs, like what Tony Redneck ran into the other day, where he got the Vanquish wheels and they didn't have hubs. Well, they don't know what you're putting them on.
Mhm.
Yes, Trio and all them include hubs with their wheels, and I have tons of Trio wheels. But they're like, if you want to play with your offset, now you're still buying hubs.
Mhm.
And most of the time, if you're buying a Trio wheel, you're throwing on a truck that is, I'm not a hater. I have element stuff, Dwayne. I just don't. There's a reason every engineer, the last one that was left last week. There's a reason every engineer has left element. I'm pretty sure John Schultz is the last holdout of the originals that's there.
Why-
It's all going to, what's that one tank? Thunder Tiger or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they're upset about the takeover.
I don't know if it's so much they're upset about the takeover. It's just people have moved on. Their head of engineering now works for Toyota, working with the NASCAR team.
Oh, really?
Making
Yeah, I mean,
double the money.
making tons of money and having freedom where, hey, I designed this, let's test it out. And they're probably like, okay. They don't have to call Thunder Tiger and go, hey, we're designing this. Can you guys tool it? Toyota's like, we'll tool it. Thanks. That's a sweet part. you know.
I just
But
watched some. I just watched someone
Wow.
get. He got a body that was made by Toyota of an older Camry, and they built the body itself, and he put it on a BT-01. They had a like to show people or something with the body. It was something weird that they made it themselves. It's kind of weird. So he told me Toyota made it. No one else made it. Toyota made that scale body.
It's another thing that I find that's weird, which is not really what you guys are talking about, but well, it is kind of bodies. 2 or 3 guys this week contacted me on my Facebook page about 3D printed bodies. He goes, "Oh, you're into RCs and blah blah blah. Let's work together." I'm not looking for help or for partners. Like, leave me alone. No, I don't want a partner because I don't need anything.
I think that's going around. I mean, someone even messaged me,
Oh yeah,
like a unknown person messaged me, like, hey, do you want to try out some of these parts? But you got to pay the shipping. I'm like, no, thanks.
yeah.
Sorry.
I did that one time and it turned out not bad. I got a couple tools and a couple things, and I only paid the shipping. It wasn't that much. I did try it once.
These were tires, and the
Oh, yeah.
tires I saw, like I was like, okay, maybe if they had some foams for the Tamayas I'd try out or whatever. No, they had some on-road style that the tread wear, like 2 of them looked like a decent tread style.
Okay.
And they had like a whole Excel spreadsheet. And I'm like, I just don't know. I don't, not worth it to me for the gamble right now.
Yeah. Yeah. The tools I got either weren't that good. They were like multi-bits and hex, and they weren't that good. And even they had was a body reamer. I tried the body reamer to actually ream, and it was not sharp. It did not want to ream at all. Like, what the heck kind of crap is this? So, but 50% of the tools were okay, but the other 50 wasn't. So,
Yeah. But it was worth the gamble for you. I mean,
yeah.
you're getting tools and stuff. What's the worst that happens? You have tools that are probably not much different than the ones you got on Amazon until you got some
How do you
better ones.
sharpen up a reamer?
Pretty
There's
tough.
got to be a way.
You put it in the garbage can, buy a real one.
Yeah. And I know Dwayne is a element junkie, and I like my element stuff that I have. Like, I didn't appreciate that the E-Tron, they created a failure point in the bushing because the bearings, the pinion was always going to side load onto a bushing. So it wore out in 2 trail runs.
Wow.
And then when I called for warranty, because the truck was 2 months old at most, the guy didn't even know what parts it needed.
Okay.
Like, as well, I'm looking at this catalog. He sent me a heavy duty gear set and bearing kit for a straight axle. It wasn't the IFS because it has a different size bearing in the IFS on the one side. So I did get the gears and they did try to help, just the guy didn't know what to do. Like, you could tell that he probably wasn't a parts guy, he was just a customer service guy.
He's in shipping and receiving.
Probably.
When are you
Do
gonna
you
do
have any
another?
part numbers?
When are you gonna do another speed run, Josh?
I was gonna try and go out today, and then work has been
I don't know.
hectic,
We're
so
supposed to get rain tomorrow and Saturday, but I don't know if it's gonna go far enough south to you.
there was a possibility of rain.
Yeah, here too.
It just needs to stay away for Sunday.
Sunday's gonna be cool, like 65.
Well, we're doing a buddy comp Sunday.
Who's your buddy?
Who's his buddy?
Who's your buddy?
One thing's for sure, the 65 degrees is makes the motors happy. So,
Oh, you don't know your buddy till you get there, right?
Correct. Random draw.
it's gonna be Dennis and Josh.
Yeah, so there's
Just
no
by
like,
chance.
no buddy practicing.
It'd be cool if it was me or Josh and Joe, or me and Joe, or
Well, Jericho and Dennis dominated the last one.
Oh, yeah.
He will have no
Buddy
trouble
practice.
doing something, teaming up with your son.
Nobody practicing.
So, Josh, do you do the mechanic for your son and your wife, or do they do some mechanic?
Jericho's done most of the stuff on his car. Like,
Oh, yeah, good.
I'm literally just changing tires because he went to bed because he's got school. He didn't even know the tires showed up, but Jericho built his whole car. He brought it down and I tweaked a couple things. He changed his shocks. He put the motor in. He set his mesh. I soldered up new motor wires and swapped it over. But if I would have told him to do it, he would have done it
Yeah.
because I put a Mamba in his. This one's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Has your wife
I'm adding to our stack of chunked tires.
has your wife ever built a car?
No.
now,
That's
are
what
you
they
still able to get the Jayco tires?
I don't even know what the Jayco tires are. These are contacts.
BSRs. Jayco.
Yeah, BSR Jaycos.
Thank God, those are the only ones really going right now. 'Cause
I thought-
Too bad Nitro Shoes went out of business because they
I
really.
heard
Oh,
Brad,
oh,
I'm in the middle of talking. Please. Can't you just take a break for 5 minutes? If Nitro Shoes would have never went out of business, they could have had all this speed run stuff cornered.
Yeah.
Their stuff was good for, on the 8th scales, was good for 90 plus mile an hour. And this is back, 25, 30 years ago.
I think the reason. Sorry, Mitch, if I was cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
I think the reason we're chunking tires is because this car with the chassis twist, since the prop shaft's on this side, it's wanting to lift the driver's side front or left front.
Oh, getting that little bit of torque twist to it.
It's getting some torque twist in this little chassis. So when it lifts or hops, the edge of the tire is where it's just not as glued, is lifting up and it's catching the ground and just acting like a little grinder hitting it because everything's rolling so fast.
Well, to be fair, those cars weren't built to go that
Oh
speed.
no. No.
You guys are pushing the limit a
Well,
lot.
it's funny. Bryce, Jacko Trades, his car's going so fast. The side load from the pressure of the diff is blowing the diff cover off.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he melded, there's a bushing on each side of this differential between the bearings. It's a plastic bushing. He's melded two of them because it's rotating so fast off this prop shaft, the bushing can't take it. So he had to put shims in it and get rid of all the bushings.
You know, that's why I try to find a bushing that is like, if there's a bushing like that, I always try to find a bearing about that size to put in there.
Yeah. I just use the little metal shims, like the Traxxas shims, the axle shims and stuff.
My first Hornet had that problem with a bearing in its gearbox.
Because you were so fast.
I was using the standard motor and somehow fused
Did
itself.
it have
to
timing
the
in it
gearbox.
though? I mean, was it one with the timing? So you were probably at 22 mile an hour instead of 20?
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure it was doing 18 to 20, but my father put it together. I was like 12 years old, but you know, we used silver can that it came with, and somehow it melted the bushing into the case and the inside. It was really
That's
weird.
probably because you use your remote like an on-off switch.
My Stampede did aluminum, melted the aluminum bushing in the bearing.
That's
Carry
probably
What do
because
you
it
mean?
was,
What do you mean on off? It's trigger, brake, on off?
yeah, just like a light switch. There's no modulation. We've seen your videos, Brad.
I swore those things would come. You can get ball
Good to
bearings
swear,
that
Brad.
fit in that area that was
There-
bothering Bryce.
There you go, Brad. It does happen.
There is bearings in there, but the bushing acts like a shim to space your bearings away from your gear. So truly, it shouldn't be seeing too much of a load, but it's side loading, and there's so much because Bryce has ran 113 now, I think.
Oh, last time I saw it was like 106.
Yeah, he's up to 113, and that car's still got more in it. Like he's
Bryce is gonna win.
He's finally figuring out what the unknown helper at the bottom right on my screen has been preaching about your throttle modulation and how you roll into it to keep your voltage dips down. You know, the perfect pass stuff, Ross Schifrin, you know, some guy that has a record for the 1650 motors.
Oh,
Who is that? I haven't heard of him. Don't know him.
But
I've seen
Bryce is finally talking about rolling into the throttle
It's
and keeping his
Alice.
voltage drop. Alice?
Yeah, he's Alice on my screen.
Hey, I'm sure if Mitch was part of this speed run, he'd give Bryce a run for his money.
Fast is fast.
I think people are getting a faster speed than the TTO2 run. Well, not more people are going faster than the TTO2, I think.
I think more people
in the race, I think.
What were you saying, Mitch?
I think more people took it more seriously quicker this time.
Yeah.
I think brushed motors are up to around over 50 now.
There's 3 or 4 over 50.
They're getting close to 60 with a brush.
They got 62 with a brushed,
Okay.
but I think there's 3 or 4. That Nick Tinney is 56. Shoot, I can't remember who it is. Is it MS Fun? Is 62? I can't remember who it is that hit 62. And then there's a 52, then a 48 and a 45 and a 42 and on down.
It's amazing to be getting the brushes that high in that car.
They're running those Orion like 8x2s, 9x2s. Was it Absema tank that makes it 8x2? Or
I'm not sure.
and then HPI has a couple 8-turn brush motors, I think, like older.
It's too bad Frank hasn't put his drag motor in this.
I just don't have time. Like I still got to finish my deck. I got this weekend. It's my son's birthday. He's turning 15. There's always something to do, and on the weekdays, I just don't have the time.
What's up,
Hopefully, I'll
Dirk?
have time, but we'll see.
It's too bad someone couldn't borrow it just to see what it would do.
But what's funny, Tank, with the TTO2s, the guys that are in the open class, like Bryce,
Yeah.
is a TTO2 body. He's running a TTO2 wheelbase.
Okay.
So he beat his record last year on the TTO2. Because I think
With
he
this.
was he did 117, didn't he, Mitch?
Yes.
So this chassis's getting about as fast.
Yeah, but he's on the limiting factor of MFO1X gearboxes and the gears on the side.
Hey, Nordic. North, not
Hey, Dirk.
Nordic. North Rock.
Brian,
Yeah, Brian.
Or
been a
Dick.
while, Brian. Dirk. What do you think? You're going to come in third, Josh, this year?
I don't know. Right now, if the numbers stay the same from what I've seen, because the last of the runs had to be in tonight because Phil's going out of town. This week I'll be third. And
Alright.
Jericho will be fourth. It should be Mitchie, Chucky, me, and Jericho.
And that's in
Brushless.
brushless, not open class.
Correct.
Phil
All
likes
this has
using
got on it is shocks and the fast stuff, and then these little adjusters. Like it's not even a 30mm tire, they're 26s. I'm not running wheel wideners.
I did get my Amazon shocks. I just didn't put them on yet.
Are they the 65s too? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I haven't tested it yet, Tank. But my next test is I cut 3 coils out of those springs.
Alright.
And it
They're
dropped the
pretty
car.
stiff. They're
Yeah.
stiff.
But with this, it has a little bit of give now. The front's still pretty stiff.
Okay.
Well, I did 3 in the rear and 2 in the front because I wanted the front to kind of stay where it is because I added weight.
you know what's nice about those drive shafts? You don't have a lot of wobble in because they're solid through and through.
I don't think you have much deviation, but at the same time, you're side loading the gear into a plastic housing.
Yeah, but when it spins, it's not wobbling itself. You know, the
No,
shaft.
but I think it's going to start to. I think the more you have these off, these diff covers, the more it's going to start to free up just a tiny bit. So I'm trying to limit how many times I'm pulling these off. To get in there.
John, we're doing good. We're doing good, John.
Hey, is John Badai new?
I guess. Don't know.
Welcome in.
But I'm having fun with it. Like in the car again, it's pretty durable. I mean, I smacked that curb at, it was slowing down. It's probably still 50 mile an hour when the back of this thing hit that curb.
Yeah, like I said about the drive shaft, if you bend that, you did something really major because it's solid. It reminds me of the TL01 drive shaft.
Well, they're kind of the same design and run the
Yeah.
same gears.
Yeah, but I don't think the drive shafts is definitely not the same length.
Probably not, but
Probably not, but it's the same
Yeah.
same design, the same way that the shaft is
they-
going from front to rear.
They made the same billet aluminum thick through and through drive shaft.
Same part, just different length.
I did find
He said,
a Z5200 that will fit in the car, a 3-cell, so I can go up 1,000 milliamps.
Just wrap it on top of the body, on top of the chassis. It's gonna be fine.
Some people didn't like that.
Who, John? We're talking about speed runs with Tamayas and what people have done to mechanically get them to do it.
But I did 78 with a battery on top. I don't think it's unstable.
Hmm.
Battery was sitting right here.
Did you have both of them in there?
No, I hadn't ran
No.
parallel.
Okay. Yes, it is an RC jet. Okay.
Next question.
Yeah, we talk about all kind of stuff. Earlier, when the stream started, we talked about new technology and new RCs that was out in the market and things like that. We do talk about a little bit about racing, a little bit about crawling. We do not do drones here. I wish we did a little bit, but we just don't have people that are into that a lot. So, and boating, that's another thing we don't do here.
Got a very educated panel here on the hobby, so everybody has
Yeah.
their little specialty.
And Brad hates Tamaya. Like,
No, I
talk to him
don't.
about Tamaya. He hates them.
No, I don't.
right, he's
With
just
He's
a
a he's an Arma fanboy. You can tell by his shirt.
Yeah.
his fumes when you say Tamaya.
Look how upset he's getting already.
Mhm.
Just talking about Tamaya is making him mad.
And KB, don't talk to him about green cars. He hates green cars. Green cars.
Bad luck.
He turns into a Hulk.
A bulk used to be a Hulk.
Oh,
Hey, I've had this shirt for a while. I forgot who got it for me.
I don't
No.
know. And
All right, see you later.
Redneck,
You
he's
too.
a Vanquish fan. That's what Redneck is. And Vanquish is like the Cadillac of RCs. Or what's more expensive than Cadillac? Ferrari? No, they're not that fast.
You can say Cadillac tank.
Yeah,
It would be like Mercedes,
Yeah.
BMW.
BMW, Mercedes.
He has every servo horn Vanquish offers.
Yeah.
Several of them.
It's just like Mercedes. You buy one headlamp, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to buy a headlamp. And if you buy parts for the Vanquish, it's the same thing.
You gotta add pinkies and fingers and everything else in there too.
If you buy rims, you got to buy little hubs extension. And on top of that, you got to buy the hardware to put it all together, all separately.
Hey,
Sounds like an Irma and Horizon deal.
I've gotten some aluminum servo horns with some of the things I've bought.
From who? From
It might have been one of the servo companies I bought for.
it's not Vanquish.
No,
Oh,
Yeah, Vanquish don't give free horns with their stuff.
I'm going to tell something that I hate to admit.
Uh-oh.
I bought some scale hardware for my Vanquish wheels from
Yes.
Enjora.
Oh,
Jura.
man.
Yeah.
That's the cardinal
Have you
sin.
tried it yet?
Not yet.
You know it's a different thread pitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't tell the Pope that, did you?
Enduro's one of those up and coming companies. They're sort of like in a beginning hobby wing
But-
stuff.
Kind of like Tamiya.
Mine's
No.
been around for almost 50 years, man.
And that's why you hate them, because they haven't changed anything in all that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've changed quite a few cars that they make new.
Oh, come on.
No, it all looks the same.
Just redo it.
They
The only
change
different
cars
number
to
on the
make them
end of
look
it.
new.
The only thing that's changed at Tamiya in 50 years is employees.
You just put a different number on the end of it.
Well, their CEO is just changing. Is it the CEO they're just changing? The old
Yeah,
guy stepping down?
Brad hated that too.
I mean, you can't
I
have
know he's an unknown to me. I just know he's a relative to the guy who left.
He will be highly upset if they get rid of Tamiya plugs.
you can't have a new release, call it a new release if it's just a re-release.
BBX was new.
And so is some of the TAOs, and so is the BT01s, the MB01s. Those are new. The new
It'd be cool to actually go through the manual. Well, be cool, take time. That's a perspective, be cool. Of going through the parts of the BBX and finding out how many of those parts are actually brand new parts and not reused part that fits on other cars, because
We know
they're
you're
not
a nerd,
that.
Tank, so you can say be cool. We know you're a nerd.
No.
I bet
What
they
is-
do just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And their parts are cross compatible with everything they make.
Arma does the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody
does.
That's the only way to
Everybody
make money.
does.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I'd be interested to see, for me, how many parts are actually new parts that don't belong on another car.
While I was away from the mic earlier, y'all were talking about the Element. Well, they created just the ends, the portal ends to go on their stock straight axle. You can pull the hubs off that straight axle and put those hubs on.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the same horrible design that they've always had. They just made it worse by adding something to it.
What
I wouldn't
what
say
don't
their
you like
straight
about the
axle's
design
horrible.
of their axles?
Well,
Like
there
this
you go.
past Saturday at our crawl, a guy had an Element rig, and he started up some rocks, got all the way to the top, and hit a rock and stripped the front end out, stripped the third member completely out of it.
The
And
third member or the C hub off the
the
axle?
third member, he stripped the gears in the third member.
Yeah.
And they're all like that. They have horrible cast gears. Well, they're not even
Mhm.
really cast, they're dust pressed together to make a gear. They're horrible. So the only thing they done when they added portals was just took C hubs with portals on them and stuck on that same axle.
But I will say Element did keep their price point lower before
Yeah,
by
But you-
having that stuff. Like
but
you
you-
could get the builder's kits pretty cheap and stuff like that.
but you get what you pay for.
Mhm.
Yes. But they do make upgrades. And Axial, when they first came out, their gears were cast and
Yeah,
it was all one solid piece. It wasn't even a bolt together style ring and pinion.
yeah,
And they
I
upgraded
agree.
as they went. The problem is Element came out swinging and then just leveled off.
Yeah, just dropped off. They still make the same stuff
Mhm.
over and over, and just rehash it.
Well,
With a
there's no
different
one to
body,
design
with a
anything.
different paint job.
All right, not to change the subject off of element, but here we go.
So
These
it's the same
gears right
part.
here.
So the gears are for the XV01. Oh, they fit these guys, okay?
And
It's
it was
interesting
the
that the
very
XVO1 gears don't fit the XVO2.
True.
but like I said, even still, I'll just back right up. Well, thought I would back right up. And said, and there's what I look for.
Oh, look,
Okay.
I got a aluminum gear case.
Yeah, like but I'm just saying, there you go, Brad. There's parts from Tamiya that's on 4 other cars from a brand new kit. And that was the very first piece that I picked. That was a Tamiya plastic piece.
But it's not against them. They have to
No,
do
No.
it.
no,
They're not
no,
gonna.
no. It's smart. It's smart for them.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow, that gear case is $45, but it's aluminum.
Mhm.
Uh-oh, Mitch is in steering mode.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
one thing's for sure, the gearbox is considered pretty quiet on the BBX.
Don't know.
Then why do you hate it so much?
Why would I hate it?
It's Tamiya. You hate
Tamiya.
everything Tamiya.
I don't hate Tamiya.
It just,
Well, that's what the rumor is.
Bad rumor.
You're switching over to WPL and Arma is your favorite overall. You wear their shirts.
You know, no one ever sent me a Tamiya shirt.
You gotta buy it.
Brad is so high up on the Tamiya mailing list, he gets the catalogs for free. That's pretty good.
Lifetime supply of reading material.
Well, he comments on every Tamiya video, so after 1,000 comments, you get a free catalog.
That's how it works.
Or is it 1,000 comments on one video?
There's other people that do that. They could be singing tonight.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Possibility.
I started putting an MO6 chassis together for the Volkswagen Carmen D.
The Carmen Ghia.
or whatever. And man, I'm putting it together and I go, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. I don't remember this. And I know I built one before, but like as I'm building it, and especially the bell crank in front for the steering, it's so nice, so smooth, and the way it actually when we put bearings. And I go, this is well done. I'm liking the kit, but I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember like sandwiching the whole front together the way it actually goes, because my Herbie is rear wheel drive. So I did build one, but I just don't remember it.
Well, the Kamagia is on the same wheelbase.
Yep.
And they're both rear wheel drive.
It's
know
just
that
I don't remember building the kit. It's a fun kit to build. It's really interesting how they've put things together. But the rear of it, the way the case goes, the way you got to open it up and squeeze it, that I remember. But the front end, that's the part I don't remember at all putting together. It's kind of weird.
I like the
Memory.
TTO2 kits. I think they go together fast and,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
fairly easy.
TTO2 are fast. Like you can build one of those in 2 or 3 hours. It's done. Like
Yeah, the
crazy
TTO
fast.
one's the same way.
Oh, TTO1's a little bit more tedious, especially the way the gears go in the front and because it's part of the case is part of the chassis, so you got to put it by the front. It's a little bit more tedious, but it's
I agree with you on that one thing.
yeah.
I think the rear gears are compatible with the TTO2 and the TTO1. I think the rear gears are Same.
In the diff, probably. But I don't know.
Yes, they are.
Mm.
Mitch knows because he had to swap them out before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they
Mm.
put together, the way the two chassis are, I like the chassis of the TTO2 better to work on. It's an easier chassis to work on the TTO2 than the TTO1.
The only advantage if you're doing stuff like speed runs or whatever is the TTO1 is a front motor, right?
No,
It's not the
they're
front
both,
motor. I thought it sat more forward than
no,
the
but
TTO2.
They're the same
the
thing.
XPO1 is a front motor.
Oh, it's
And
the
the
rear caster angle, isn't it? The rear caster angle is different on the TTO1 and the TTO2. That's what it
I
is.
would say I think the steering system is different.
The steering system is different, and I think the steering system is better on the TTO1 than the TTO2. There's too much slack on the TTO2. Unless you upgrade it. Unless you actually buy the upgrade.
Oh,
and
people don't complain about the aluminum and the ball bearing steering system for the TTO2.
No, but it is pricey.
What is it, like $40, $30?
Still pricey when you think the kit is 150
It, it,
bucks. Just
it's
for the
more
whole kit.
expensive than buying their CVA shocks.
Hmm.
But you're dealing with aluminum and ball bearings that go in it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that out of the
Well,
box.
that's why they made the SCX one. It comes with all that stuff.
Because they realized their original kit sucked.
Well, it basically comes with
I'm
practically
messing
every.
with you, Brad. I'm messing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's
No,
playing you.
I have, I think I have 4 TTO2s now.
Oh yeah?
I got the Subaru, the Mach 1, my speed run car, and Jericho's speed run car. So yeah, there's 4 here.
I wonder what what happens if he goes to the regular M chassis rear or like Frank's making the M06 or M05 for a speed run car. He'd be buying those too.
I have the M06 front wheel drive. I have that Miata
M05, you have an M05.
M05, yeah.
But what's good about that is that if he makes the race where you can use any of the M chassis style vehicles for any speed run, I mean, all this, 1 to 8, people will be running rear wheel and some will be running front wheel. It'd be interesting.
There's people running 2-wheel drive right now. I mean, Keith set the lowest speed record on but the fastest 2-wheel drive.
With the biggest wheels.
Yeah.
Brad, did you see what color I'm going to put my Carmen Diaz?
No, I did not see the color. Are you going to spray? Are you going to airbrush it? That's a nice color. That's like a light gunmetal, isn't it?
The champagne gold.
Oh, it's the champagne. Oh, like they have on the Kyosho.
Yes.
He said he
Do
was
you have
painting
that?
it anything but box art.
Yeah, I'm painting it anything but box art. And I am not going to do those little friggin' holes in the body.
Oh, you're going to magnetize it.
I am going to put magnet. I'm not going to screw up that nice body. Come on now.
So I bet you'd like to find those rims.
See, these are not bad. It'd be fun to find those rims, but keep in mind the M chassis rims are the same size as the semi trucks. They're 1.7, I
How
think, or
long is
whatever.
that
Yeah, but you
body,
got
Guy?
The what?
How long is that body?
it's the same length as the Beetle.
It's the same length as your Beetle.
Oh, well, no, it's the same length as my TTO1.
Hey,
two.
Frank,
No.
maybe you
Or
could.
MO6. What is that? Is that MO7? You said?
M06. It's the same
Okay,
length
same
as
as
your
my MO7.
XV01.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, would you like to reduplicate that 1-to-1 on the 10 scale?
So that's short base then, right?
No, long base, long wheelbase.
Would you like to do
Okay.
that same interior?
It would be cool, but I don't think I will. But it
I'm
would be
thinking that'll
nice
look
to
good
have
on
it.
a drifter.
But I'm gonna look for these to actually get them 3D printed, maybe, or find a somewhere that's got a rim similar to that. And actually, I'm not gonna do speeds run with it or anything. So I'm gonna see if I can't scale
It'll
it
be a
down.
cruiser. It's a cruiser.
Yeah.
You could get the plastic and 3D print them yourself with those colors.
And this is what I've been busy redoing my deck in the back. This is 12 by 12, taking it all off and redoing it.
Yeah, boy, look at that.
That's it.
And this portion too, we took it off. So it's
You don't have to
Yeah.
lie to everyone, Tank. Just tell them you're putting a super hot tub in.
oh yes. Shh, don't tell anybody because people are gonna want to come here.
Right.
Maya hot tub.
Thanks to Maya hot tub.
But let me tell you, it's crazy how expensive the Tamiya paint here is. That little can that we buy just for silver, normal color, any other normal color, $9.99 per can.
Mhm.
Champagne gold, $17.99 per can.
Wow.
Yep.
Because it has
Crazy.
champagne in it.
Crazy.
So
So
it's old.
yeah, it must be because of the gold. But we're not going to do any
Drink it.
speed run with those Volkswagen, especially with that nice paint job there. We don't want to wreck it.
Send it.
What is it you say at the end of every live chat?
Go out there, break something. Because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun.
There you go. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Right, Fred?
But that doesn't mean I can't take another car with me and send that one.
All
All
right.
right.
Because
He
even
says
on my
break
Herbie,
something, not everything.
my Herbie has a broken mirror. I've broken the mirror first time I took it out. Friggin' thing fell on its side, like rolled over, and it snapped the mirror off. I go, man, that was quick.
Hey, Frank, are you gonna airbrush that body?
No, it's spray paint.
Well, I don't know if Tamiya has that spray paint color.
Just
Yes, they
bought it.
do.
I
They
just
make-
mentioned the whole thing, Brad, about
I
the
was in
cost
the
of the
bathroom.
paint.
I didn't hear it.
It's called
Oh.
PS52.
Oh, PS52.
It's expensive.
I didn't hear it. I was in the bathroom.
It's
Did you say
expensive
PS or
compared to the other
penis?
paint. Canadian, $9.99
Yes.
for a small can, and the champagne gold Tamiya, same size, $17.99 Canadian, compared to $9.99 for the other
You have
paint.
to buy a bottle of wine with it.
I
or
bought 3
champagne.
cans, 2 champagne gold and 1 silver to back it. It cost me $54 for 3 cans.
It would probably cost me over 30 for the same 3.
That's like 2 ESCs you can get.
Or a half of a servo horn from
And it's
Vanquish.
Servo horns cost more.
Yeah, I said a half of
Yeah.
one.
25, that's probably $50 depending on who makes them, right?
That's gonna look good, Tank.
Do you decide what drifter you're getting, Keith? Or are you still going back and forth every
Hey,
10
Blind
minutes?
Neil.
Yeah.
Sub
Hey,
Neil.
thank
man.
you.
Oh, Neil.
I'm gonna go drive the 2 point.
Are you gonna put lights on that common gear?
If it have light buckets, I haven't checked, but if it has light buckets, yes, I probably will.
Does it have light buckets?
That's if it permits me to, but I'm not sure it does.
Hopefully it has front and rear.
What kind of pissed me off a little bit more is that $54 for the paint. What pissed me off more is this, a lot of colors.
Yeah.
And what pisses me off is even though I got all those colors there, I had to pay $54 a can because it didn't have the right color for me.
Yes, Tank, it has light buckets.
It does?
Yeah. They're plastic.
Oh, when did you get that body?
I got two MO6s.
Okay. It's got
Yeah.
front light buckets, but does it have
Right.
rear? I don't think it does.
No,
Okay.
don't have rear ones.
I might do my trick with hot glue to actually put rear ones instead then.
So I'm hoping you'll get to use some of those acrylics in an airbrush.
No, Brad, I'm just gonna close my door and leave them there and not even use them. Come on now. Of course I'll use them.
Then just pile them up in with boxes in the corner.
I'm a hoarder. Can't you tell I'm a hoarder? I just stick
Yeah.
stuff on the shelf and just leave it there.
Well, you didn't get the paints not to use them, so.
Yeah. I forgot his name that sent me two of them. Brad knows his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It sent me the two Tamayas.
Ah. Oh, Corey?
Corey, yeah.
Yeah.
Sent me one, and he sent my nephew one. My nephew was supposed to do something with it, but
Okay.
He's always aloof. He's doing nothing.
not doing nothing.
Did Mitchell fall asleep with his hands up on his head? No? Okay, he's moved.
He's
He's
deep in
into
thought.
thoughts.
I bet you, since you have all those paints, I bet you saying probably was going to ask you if you have any of these particular colors you may want.
He didn't yet.
But he will,
Maybe.
because he airbrushes. So
Yeah.
So the cracked part that I found the other day, I went and replaced it. I don't know if you won't be able to see the crack in it, but this is the part. Holds the upper hinge pin for the upper control arm and tightening down the threads. These are the threads on each end. So your hinge pin threads into this piece, and around the threads, it had a hairline crack at the top of it.
and it came out.
So I put the brand new one in and tightened it up, and guess what?
It cracked.
Got a hairline cracking.
No.
Yeah. So
Can you get metal ones?
Send it.
Just send it.
But that's something you're probably going to want to buy metal if you can buy metal.
It's not. I tried inspecting the crack as much as I could see it, and it doesn't really look like it goes all the way through to the threads, but it's just like a outer stress crack.
It's not part of the mold.
So what it is the threads are not tapped into the plastic. Your screw, that's why if you've seen me doing it, I was like really pushing, because that is what's actually making the threads in the plastic. And I think that's what's actually happening is they didn't clearance enough room in there for the threads, and it's just
Just
car is that
cracking
for?
because of the pressure, right?
yeah,
What car is it from?
Armor Limitless or
Yes.
Tyson or an infraction
Maybe
or felony.
Infraction, felony.
Maybe if you get a new one, what you could do is heat up your bolt or heat up your screw. So when you put it in there, it's gonna melt the thread in, but you got to go slowly, or else you're just gonna tear it
That's a good
apart.
idea, Tank.
Yeah. I mean, you want them in there tight because, like, when you put them in, they're extremely hard to get in. Good, because
That's what she said.
going through the shock tower, the hinge pin bolt goes through the shock tower, through the control arm and into this piece. So if it ever
Okay.
comes loose, you don't want that happening. The bolts just can come out. So I would assume that that's why they made it so tight like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I am gonna actually look into seeing if anybody makes an aluminum one. Or somebody's got to. I mean, possibly.
Hmm.
Yeah. My story.
So all that research to find that hairline, and then you replace it, and you got another hairline.
Same exact spot too. The other side doesn't do it. Driver's side doesn't do it. Only the passenger
Well,
side.
it's because you said it's deformed right out of the mold.
Yeah, maybe it's
So,
part of the mold, like I was saying earlier. I don't know.
like I thought that when I was taking it apart, I took it apart and I'm like, wow, they're super tight. Maybe I over tightened it, and cracked it that way. And I purposely made sure that I didn't over tighten these and watched the screw just touch the shock tower. So I didn't over tighten it. And there's even play in the upper control arm now, like a little bit of movement, slide movement on the pin. And so I didn't over tighten it this time. I just
Still
think
crack.
I just think it's the way that they designed it.
Yeah.
Is it possible that's where it's injected and it's a focal point where it's injected throughout the thing and it does the part, it makes the part, but it has to have an ejection area to make the part? That's where they put it.
That's where it's weak at.
No. No.
Most injection molded parts are coming right in from the middle or the very center of it. You fill out.
So next week it's going to be my 400 episode of RC Talk.
So we're talking about the weather next week?
Yeah, we're going to talk about, no, we're not going to talk about the weather. We're going to talk about, and it's going to be a special one. I want to make it funny, kind of. And let's talk about bloopers or fuck ups that we've done in RCs. In other words, what's the worst thing you've ever done? Which there probably is a bunch of them. Don't say anything tonight, but next week, let's just compare notes. And
Yep. You could also make a collage, video collage of all the panels you've had in over the 400.
no, that's going to be too much work. And just history of us, like even though we do have experience, we still do. Well, it's not stupid thing. It's just we forgot. Oh darn! I shouldn't have done that. Or you put your four tires together, and then as you put them on, then the threads are backward. Like who hasn't done that? Or solder on a connector, and then you realize you forgot to put your heat shrink on. Things like that. Like let's just find out who is gonna be the one that's gonna have the craziest thing.
Brad, you win.
Yeah, you burned that castle, didn't you?
No.
Mitch, check your phone.
Oh, the cap?
You see it?
Yeah.
It's only
Put
on
it
one
on one
side.
wire.
It's
I
only
put
on
it
one side.
put it on one wire, not the other.
Yeah, it's
38
almost the
bucks.
same thing as forgetting the heat
It's a
shrink.
shrink wrap, yeah.
And then when you finish soldering it, you go, ah, that's one of the best soldering I've ever done. And then you look, I go, ah, yeah,
That's the way it always goes.
yeah.
You know, I'm new to the panel. I really hadn't done much stupid stuff yet.
Maybe you
Except
can
for
be the
five very
judge then.
expensive things.
Maybe you can be the judge.
Very expensive horns.
Yeah, but think about my expensive horns. They're not afraid of the water.
Redneck.
Touche.
I mean, everywhere I go is at the river.
Mm.
Not
I saw that
rain,
video.
not rain on the ground, the river. Even I fall in the river.
Mhm.
Where is that place that you filmed video where on your last video?
That's, I don't know which last video you watched.
The one where there's water and you were climbing over some rocks like you do with those, and
Oh, that's just right below the house here.
oh, okay. But you were with somebody.
Yeah. That's my buddy Jimmy.
He's a
He,
crawler.
Yeah, he's a builder. He builds all kinds of really neat stuff.
But see, like we were saying about mistakes, you going crawling and falling in the water is a mistake. It's something that happened when you were crawling and doing RC stuff. It is a stupid thing or a blooper
Yeah,
that
it's a
happened
blooper.
and you screwed up.
Yeah,
You
it was a
fishing out your
painful
RC.
mistake.
You fishing out your RC and you fall into the
Mm.
river with it.
Luckily, my phone that I was filming with flew out of my hand. But yeah, I don't get all my spills on camera, luckily. I usually drop it as I go down.
Well, when you're with
That's
buddies
what
and
she
they have
said.
cameras on their radios, they'll catch you falling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, it was
Yeah.
Jericho that
I
fell.
usually drop it when it goes down.
I got Jericho falling, but Joe got me falling in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last fall, winter was almost over. Everything's melting, and this guy started crossing the ice, and he fell through the ice. Good thing it wasn't deep. It was maybe that deep under the ice, but still, man, the water stunk like crazy, and like
Cold.
he was on his knees. It was cold, and he goes, I'm going in my car," and then poof, right to his car. It was funny.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on,
Hey,
Sean?
Sean.
Sean.
Look at him.
Hey,
He's at
he's back
home.
at his house.
I know. That make a change. That makes a change.
Nice.
You're almost here just in time to say bye.
Oh no, yeah, I just thought I'd pop in really quick. I
Cool.
still haven't even got around to setting my computer up.
When are you going to Ireland?
Going to Ireland on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
How long are you going for?
I'm only going. I'll be back Monday night. I'm
It's
going
a
for
week?
quick.
It's a quick trip.
No, not even. Just going for a quick weekend drinking session.
It's, you're going to be on the plane almost as long as you're going to be there, right?
Nah, the plane's only 6 hours.
All right.
Yeah, it's only 6 hours. So,
Where is it? Is it a 5-hour flight?
You just
6
said
hours,
said
but it's a
6 hours.
5 hour.
I'm not hearing. He's telling me muffled.
Oh,
It's 6 hours, but it's a 5 hour time difference.
3-hour tour.
yeah. Time difference is gonna be. It's gonna hurt you because
Yeah,
by the time you start adapting, it's already gonna be time to get back.
that's why you just don't sleep. Just drink.
You're gonna do a Zoom in a bar?
Ireland Black.
So
Your audio is
you're
your
leaving.
your audio is bad.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. Just that's why.
Yeah.
I'm
Turn
probably
your phone side,
Leaving
turn
this
your phone
week and you're coming
sideways,
back
maybe.
at the end of next week.
What's that?
You're leaving this week and you're coming back at the end of next week.
No, I'm leaving next Wednesday.
I'm leaving next Wednesday and coming back Monday.
Okay.
So I'll be home like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and fly back
5
Monday.
days.
Well, not really, but don't forget
Yeah,
you
because of
lose
the time difference.
the time difference. You lose a day.
So you say about 4 days.
Yeah.
So we're gonna for you to come on RC Talk, we might have to do a special time then,
Oh yeah, that's right.
live
We'll be
from
there.
Ireland.
Yeah, what
He'll
would it
still be
be now?
drinking.
11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 o'clock in the morning. That'd be fine. The whiskey will be flowing by that time.
Are you going with the whole family or just by yourself?
Just by myself. You don't bring sand to the beach. Hmm.
Well,
They all started back to school, sure. So
let's start saying our goodbyes, and we're gonna start with Jem's hobbies.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I was in late. I got caught up watching football first game, so I know that's not RC, but
Yeah.
chat, thanks for being here and hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Hit the thumbs up on your way out.
Thank you, and don't do it again because Brad was very upset at the beginning. We only had 4 people, and he was all worried. Don't do that to him. He
Sorry.
he almost
hates that
panicked.
as much as he hates Tamaya's.
Right.
Yeah.
who actually won the game though? Was it Baltimore or KC?
I didn't get to see the finish. I watched first half and it was 10-13. KC was up.
Good.
John Martin, go ahead.
Thanks for having me, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you very much. Sean.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for taking the time to stop in the Tanks lives. Thanks for having these every Thursday night. I see this one was $3.99. I think that's what it said on the
Yeah.
on it.
Next
So
week is going to be
next week is
400.
actually a big milestone. It's 400 next week. That's pretty impressive though. 400 consecutive live streams. So fair play to you, Tank. And as I said, like I was able to just jump in there because we know you're all here on a Thursday night. So thank you very much.
Next week, we're going to be talking about bloopers or fuck ups that we did while playing with our RCs.
I have a lot of them, that's for sure.
Dennis, go ahead.
Thanks for the invite. It's always a good time. Everybody in chat, thanks for hanging out and hit that thumbs up on your way out.
Thank you very much. Mitchell.
Thanks for the invite, Tag. As always, keep them fast, chat, catch you on the next one. And yeah.
Thank you. Brad.
I love Tamaya's and I like Armlas. Okay. Now I was thinking since it's the 400th for you next week, maybe you should do longer than the usual time. Have a little longer show on live. Just a thought.
Yeah, it's the middle of the week. Okay, yeah, thank you.
He wants to do a new bright special for you next.
Yeah, some people have to get up for work in the morning.
Yeah.
WPL Toys Special Edition. That's what you want
Yeah.
to do? SC Redneck RC.
Thanks for having me. Panel, pleasure as always. Chat, glad you could stop by, give Tank a thumbs up, and join in next week for the 400th bloopers episode. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Can I ask you a personal question, kind of?
Yeah.
What's the SC stand for in SCRC Redneck?
Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina? Okay.
We talked
Cool.
about that.
Oh, I thought that was Big Head in there.
No, it's a little bit smaller head.
We are neighbors, though.
I know.
But
KBOC.
my head's smaller.
It is? Okay. Cool.
Not
Thanks for
much.
inviting me, Tank. Keep your RC muddy, your hamster smiling. And Brad, you know it's not nice to lie. You know you hate Tamayas.
What do you mean? I'm not lying.
You hate Tamayas so much.
I love Tamaya.
And 400, baby. Next week.
Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody in the panel. Thanks everybody in the chat. And Nicole, you've been going crazy in the chat tonight. So much chat's going up. I was trying to catch up and read everything, and it was a little disturbing because there was too much chat. So next time, Nicole, try calming down a little bit with your chat. It would be appreciated. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming in the chat. Thanks for coming on the panel again. And guys, go charge up some batteries and go out there and break something. Because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun, right, Brad?
I lose my fun stops.
Actually, Tamayas. Break them.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a lot tougher to break a Tamiya than you'd think. They're pretty tough. They take a pretty good tumble before they break.
And
Guys.
parts can come out of 4 different kits.